In this video, I'm going to show you how to access the Concerto webpage, as well as how to navigate the webpage. Now, for the purposes of these videos, I'm going to be using Mozilla Firefox as my web browser, but feel free to use whatever web browser you're most comfortable with. First, we need to open up our browser, and up here at the search bar, we are going to type in the web page for Concerto, which is simply Concerto. Now, when you first access the page, you're going to see some content of the pages that we've already created. We'll look at that a little bit more in detail later. But now we need to sign in. If you do not have a sign in, then we will make one for you. This is the home screen. On here you can see everything from what you've already created to all the activity. Here we see we have a person who has created a new screen and created a new feed. We'll get into more detail on that later. Your network has all the groups you're a part of. You may be a part of multiple groups, and this is where you could view those at. We have your network vitals, which is all the screens, all the feeds that you have as part of your screens. This is where you would access all those, and we will visit these in more detail later. Up here we have links to our admin settings, network settings, and content settings. The admin settings we are not going to look too much into. This would be something that we as the technology group would be in charge of. But let's look at the network settings. Click on user groups, and this is where you would see all the groups that you're a part of, and you can also see who is in those groups. The screens. Now this is very important. The screens are what are the displays that you will see on your TV, computer monitor, whatever you're using to display your content. And on here you can see the screens that you've already created, and you can also create a new screen. Under content we have add, and this is where you would add everything to your screen. You have graphics, which is your pictures, PowerPoint slides, whatever you want to put as a graphic. You can add a calendar, you can add an iframe, and now an iframe is a web page of sorts. You can add RSS feed, you can add ticker text, which is just your announcements, anything you want to display on the bottom of the screen. You can add videos, and you can also add weather. We'll look at each of these a little bit more in detail in later videos. If you go to browse, you will see everything that you've already created. So here's a test page that I had created previously. Let's just look at that real quick. As you can see, there's some pictures of food, and we have our football team, our football stadium. Here's our RSS feed, and here's all the ticker text that we had added. Now let's look at that a little bit more. I'm going to click on our screen, and we're going to preview the screen. And this is what the final result is going to look like once it loads. And it's not loading. Let's look at it this way. Here we go. And so as you can see, here's the graphic field. Here is the ticker text. And in this area right here is where you would see the RSS feed and the weather, but for some reason it is not loading right now. So in future videos I'm going to show you how to add each of these elements individually to make your page look like this.